Hey everyone, this is Ms. Conning here, and this is my first 2021 Coffee with Conning video. And even though I have a lot of past recorded videos that I could share with my students from this semester, I always like to record new ones, fresh ones, if you will, and give a little bit of background behind why I do these. Got my coffee. It's actually like my third cup. It's Sunday morning. I'm at home. And I just want to share a little bit of myself with you in hopes that you'll share a little bit of yourself with me. So, how did the Coffee with Conning videos originate? Well, let's rewind to March 2020, maybe even April 2020. COVID, right? It hits. We're all thrown to being home. We have a disconnect. We're many of us spiraling down mental health wise because we're not used to isolation and quarantining and staying in. It was a really hard time for all of us. It was a really hard time for educators because we didn't have that daily connection with our students that we were used to and that we desired and that fueled us. And so we would post work and not get responses. And I had to really weigh the pros and cons of what's more important right now. Is it more important that I really emphasize and talk about interviews, or is it more important that I check on my kiddos and see how they're doing? So the idea evolved of just these candid short videos that I recorded to share and give you all a chance to reflect back. And it was like life-changing, honestly. Like, I created connections with students that I may have never connected before, and I learned things about my students and they learned about me, and we just grew to this different level. And that's the kind of teacher I want to be, like next level, the kind that you can be vulnerable with, be yourself with, that you can open up and share. And that can be scary at times. I had to call in counselors to help some of my students. I was worried more than maybe I used to be about my kiddos. But it also was super rewarding. And so here I am, almost a full year later, and I'm still recording these videos. Quite often the videos have some sort of a theme that was sparked by a conversation or something we did or said in class. And I guess the theme for today is just being your true self. I know it's hard to do sometimes, especially when you're a teenager, because teenagers, no offense, y'all, but you can be jerks. Like, someone shows a weakness or a vulnerability or something that's different from you, and you hone in on that. Sometimes you hold it against them. You talk about it. You share it with others when it's not your truth to share. And so I think being yourself goes in two directions. You opening up and sharing yourself with others, but also respecting when others share something with you that they may not want it to always be public knowledge with everyone. And we shouldn't always have to say, this is just between you and me, right? Like, we shouldn't have to say that. So it's really important that you embrace that. I'm going to have a drink here really quick. Hopefully you're having a drink yourself. Some of you are probably watching this during class. Some of you are watching this at home. Some of you are watching this weirdly at some ungodly hour that I wouldn't be awake. But I want to tell you what I'd like from you as a reply, as a response. Now, I create an assignment and I leave this very open. I don't want to dictate specifically what should you say back to me, because you may not have much to say, but you can do whatever works for you. Okay? So let's say you're watching this video and you're like, just appreciate the fact that I am allowing you to have a short and sweet response. You can write that. You can do a quick comment and be like, Miss C, thanks for the video. Thanks for just letting me quickly answer this and move on because I'm really overwhelmed right now. Okay? Or maybe you're like some of my students last semester and you record a video back to me. I had lunch 4 times last semester with one of my students. They put their lunch in front of them. They even cooked. And they recorded a video back to me and we socialized. So many students shared pictures with me and they told me who I was looking at and seeing. Some of my students came out to me in these assignments and I was very touched that they trusted me. And this is one of those things that it's what you make of it. So if you want to make it a little, you make it a little. If you want to make it a lot, you make it a lot. But these to me are all about us connecting and building a relationship. We have a very short amount of time together that is going to fly by. It's going to be the end of May before we know it. So I will post these videos about every other week, and it'll just be a moment for us to touch base. It will replace most of the time some sort of a more detailed mini lesson based on the TEKS. And does this mean this is relevant to our TEKS? Not maybe on a professional level. However, communication is communication, and you need to learn to do it on all levels. And so I challenge you to find a way to make this work between the two of us. And I really look forward to hearing back what you have to say. I'm going to share some pictures, some videos, probably some memes, quotes. Look through them, vibe it, feel it. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. Give me ideas on what I should talk about in the future, and just make this assignment your own. And until our next Coffee with Conning, I hope you all have a wonderful week, that you stay safe, and remember that if you need me, I'm here.